Hi everyone, this is Revolution Ricky here in my house and in my office at Casa de Revolution, here to do another unboxing, or should I say an unwrapping video. I just got that bad boy from Amazon, and it's to stick with the current theme I'm on about collecting some CDs and records about the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley. Before I open that up, I would like to show off a couple things that I got this week. This, of course, is Elvis Presley's original albums, classics, that start with Elvis Presley's Golden Records Volume 1, and it goes to Volume 5. I bought Volume 5 years ago, back in the 90s, when on CD, because I had never had any CDs by Elvis. I only had cassettes, and when I did was I bought this one, Volume 5, back in the 1990s. It's somewhere in this box over here. I don't know exactly what box, but it has all my favorite songs from the 70s era, like Burning Love, Suspicious Mind's a good one, Kentucky Rain, In the Ghetto, Way Down, which is a good one. I like that one. Moody Blue, which is one of my favorites, and Guitar Man, and If I Can Dream. And of course, Memories, which is a very good track. Hopefully this doesn't happen soon, many, many years from now. I told my wife if at my funeral or memorial service, I would like If I Can Dream played, because I really love that song. And it's one of my favorites by him. I mean, it was coming out during a time where there was civil unrest. There was, Martin Luther King had just passed away. Robert Kennedy just passed away, was brutally murdered. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Kind of what's happening in the 21st century now with all this political upheaval. So, besides that, I want to keep my channel politics free. Everybody knows what political party I support. I'm keeping this free because it's just to show off CDs, records, occasional comic book here and there, movies. But I've always loved these albums, especially, the fifth one, which, has all those hits I just mentioned. And it's got Elvis, the first one, Golden Records Volume 1, Elvis Gold Records Volume 2, can't remember what it says offhand. 50 million Elvis fans can't be wrong. And of course, you had the famous gold lame suit. And, this was actually a good, if you'd watch the movie Castaway, Tom Hanks hands this over to a little boy and gives it to him, and to prove a point about Federal Express or something like that. But anyway, this is a good album. I've listened to it before, and it's got Volume 3. I like that cover. Volume 4, and the one I just showed, Volume 5. All good, really good records that I really like. Like I said, I've been on an Elvis kick lately, and I recently found my, for a while, this was the only compilation my mother had, and it's one of those candlelight music purchases. Elvis, Rock and Roll Forever. And it has all the great hits that Elvis had. One Night, Teddy Bear, Loving You. Well, no, not Loving You. Love Me Tender, excuse me. Don't Be Cruel, I Want You, I Need You, I Love You. Jailhouse Rock, which is a personal favorite. Heartbreak Hotel, Blue Suede Shoes, Hound Dog, and All Shook Up. I listened to this album a lot when I was in my teen years. I actually finally put it in a plastic seal. And it still plays pretty good. I really like it. And yesterday, I actually picked this one up when I went out shopping. The Essential Elvis Presley. And it has all the hits that were on there. Well, except for a few songs like, it's got That's Alright, Baby, Let's Play House, Mystery Train, Heartbreak Hotel, I Was the One, Blue Suede Shoes, Hound Dog, Don't Be Cruel, Love Me Tender, All Shook Up, Jailhouse Rock, Trouble. I actually like the version of Trouble on the Elvis movie that came out a few years ago with Austin Butler, I think his name is. Oh, I can't remember. But I really liked his rendition. Little Sister, Can't Help Falling in Love, with Return to Sender, Devil in Disguise, A Little Less Conversation, the original, If I Could Dream, of course, and then it's got In the Ghetto, Suspicious Minds, Kentucky Rain, Burning Love, just to name a few. And if I ever don't want to listen to it on vinyl because I'm not playing the record player, I can always listen to it on CD. So with me, it's never. But anyway, I'm going to open up this bad boy up and let you all see what I got. Just to stick with the current theme I'm on. So here we go. My trusty scissors, and it's got a crack in it. Oh well, I can replace the discs. Elvis Potluck. I listened to this album on YouTube recently, and I really liked it. It's supposed to be one of his better albums, but I've been really liking this when I listen to it. It's a very, very good album. I don't like it that it's all cracked, and I'll have to get on to Amazon, or they sold this to me this way. I don't know, but hopefully it plays well and I'll be able to enjoy it for years to come. But anyway, Elvis's Potluck. I could have swore I had this on vinyl somewhere. I just don't. If I do, I don't remember where it's at. But I've been wanting to get this for a while. It's not one of his movie soundtracks, but lately, with what I've been going through with all the record albums, I can pop this bad boy into my CD player or my DVD player and listen to it, and listen to some good music. Like I said, I've been listening to a lot of Elvis lately, and really getting into his backstory about how he came to be, especially the Sun era. I think I like the Sun era more than I do the RCA era, because the RCA era made him sound, and this is my opinion, I'm not downing him about it, the RCA era, I really wasn't truly a big fan that I am of the Sun era. The Sun era made him so raw and energetic. And the RCA era made him sound like he was just going through the motions of recording music, which is fine, but for me, the Sun era was so raw, and he really, really sounded pure. Like he sounded a lot more pure than he did with the Sun era than he did with the RCA one. Not to say that RCA wasn't good, it was just not for me. personally. Excuse me, I'm just trying to put these back in order. But I've always, you know, my mother was a big fan of Elvis. His earlier era stuff was more rockabilly than it was rock and roll, because he had that country feel to his music, and you know, he was influenced by different musical taste. He was influenced by gospel. He did gospel records. He was influenced by blues, which he took elements of that. He was influenced by R&B, and he was influenced by country. He took all those musical interests like gospel, country, rhythm and blues music, just rolled it up into one. And that's how he came to be. But anyway, I just wanted to come on here and show you all what I got. And, you know, I'm going to go listen to this bad boy as soon as I replace the case in it. Then I don't have to worry about any cases around here. That's fine. But anyway, this is Revolution Ricky signing off. Keep spinning that vinyl and the CDs. And I will see you all again in the next video. Peace.